Just a week from today, the former president brandishing himself as the hero of the auto workers. This after the president of the auto union, of the Auto Workers Union, criticized the former president during an interview earlier this morning. Here it was.
That's not someone that represents working class people. He's part of the billionaire class. We need to not forget that. And that's what our members need to think about when they go to vote.
All of this is set against the backdrop, of course, of the major UAW contract expiring next week. It covers about 150,000 auto workers for the big three Detroit car manufacturers. Mick, Donald Trump came out today. The politics behind this for Donald Trump, there's a lot here. Unions, swing states, electric cars. Go for it.
You know, I'll criticize him when he deserves it. I'll give him credit when he deserves it. This is a smart move on his part. What he actually said to upset the union leader was say, don't pay your dues. You mind, if you're in the union, you have to pay the dues. And Trump is simply coming out and saying, look, they're misspending your dues. They're going on vacation. They're taking care of themselves. They're not representing you. Vote for me, and I'll do what I did for you back between 2016 and 2020. I'll put tariffs on. I'll raise your standard of living. I'll make things better. I'll do more for you as president than your union bosses are doing.
Okay, so that's the union part real quick. I want to get to actually what Donald Trump said today, or at least the Trump campaign in a statement. They said, quote, the only acceptable policy for UAW members should be the complete and total repeal of Biden's catastrophic EV mandate. Union leadership must decide whether they will stand with Biden and other far-left political cronies in Washington, or whether they will stand with the frontline auto workers and President Trump. He's been going after electric vehicles now for quite some time. What's the thinking there?
The thinking there is that it's tied to China, and it's going to continue to be. You cannot meet the standards that are in the Inflation Reduction Act anytime soon. You simply can't do it. The technology doesn't exist. And what I think Trump is saying to these union workers is that if you follow Biden down this road, even though it sounds great, you're going to be out of a job in 4 years.
But, Mick, we could actually work on some of the supply chains and like lithium from Chile and other areas. And the truth is that we do see the effects of climate change. My problem with Trump going after UAW is back to that debate. We have seen continued inequity grow during the Trump administration, continued during this administration right now, because wages have not kept pace with the cost of living and with all of these things. So what better than unions to fight back? Donald Trump not only said don't pay the dues, like he's never helped support a union organized labor.
So it's really interesting because I know the head of unions for Trump. I know the guy who did the whole organizing in 16 and 2020. And he told me this very fascinating anecdote about I believe it was in Pennsylvania. They were hosting a rally with the membership for Trump. It was union members. And then right in within eyeshot, there was the union leadership hosting an event for Joe Biden. And this dichotomy of the leadership versus the membership is so striking. And he said, because he's been following politics for decades, it was the first time he'd ever seen that dichotomy. Because
what did he do?
Membership.
We still see what union workers vote more democratic than their non-working white class.
So
unions, they do care about being organized, and this is the process. There's a lot of reasons that people, like the popularity of unions, are going up rapidly because the wage discrepancy in this country is increasing. This is a time for unions.
I want to leave you with this thought. Just operate in a world where Donald Trump wins the Republican nomination and wins the presidency. Most powerful man in the world. And the wealthiest man in the world is who? Elon Musk. Tesla. Could you imagine that? Trump going into office and saying, we're going to get the EV mandate out, what that battle would be like.
Another time to talk about Elon's visit to the White House.
Okay, I'd like to know about it. All right. We'll put that maybe for next week.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.